If a bailiff has behaved improperly that brings into question his fitness to hold an enforcement certificate, you have a right to make a complaint to the court that issued his certificate. In this video, we show you how to make the complaint, what grounds you can bring a complaint and the pitfalls you could face if your complaint is dismissed. Complaining about bailiff to court is often misunderstood to be a dispute resolution process between a bailiff and a debtor. If you have a dispute with a bailiff, then the action should be brought against the counsel or creditor who the bailiff is acting for. Not the bailiff or the bailiff company, because the creditor is liable for its agents acting on its behalf, and the creditor can recover your compensation or damages award from the bailiff company or their insurer in their own time. Suing a bailiff or his company is always met with frustration, so it is best to take the bailiff out of the loop altogether and let the counsel deal with them later. A formal complaint is for bringing to the court's attention that a bailiff is an unfit person to hold an enforcement certificate. An enforcement certificate is shown here, and it is given by the court to show the holder is a fit and proper person, and meets the requirements to take control of goods and be in possession of money taken from debtors. If you have reason to believe a person is not a fit and proper person to hold an enforcement certificate, then you can make a complaint. For example, a person is not a fit and proper person to hold an enforcement certificate because he has stolen money or property, sexually assaulted someone, he caused injury to someone, lying to the court in cross-examination, causing damage to property without lawful authority. You make a complaint by downloading and completing a Form EAC2. The Form EAC2 is a simple form, and after you have completed it, you email it to the court that issued his enforcement certificate. You can find out which court issued the certificate by searching online. Search online for
Bailiff Register,
and it will bring you to the online search page for the public register of certificated enforcement agents maintained by the Ministry of Justice. Enter the bailiff's surname into the search box and it will give a list of bailiffs that match your search. And it will give you a list of possible candidates. Select the one that works for the bailiff company named on his documents, and usually the nearest county court to you. It will give the name of the issuing court you send your complaint form to. Now, search online for the email address of the court that issued the bailiff certificate and email the completed form to the court. When preparing your grounds of your complaint, it is very important that you support your complaint with evidence. These are called exhibits. The court places much more weight on a complaint that is supported by evidence. It may help if you make a witness statement. By contacting Dealing with Bailiffs, we can help you formulate your grounds and put together your evidence before filing your EAC2 form to court. The court will list a complaint hearing under Regulation 9 of the Certification of Enforcement Agents Regulations 2014, which says,
complaints is to fitness to hold a certificate. Any person who considers that a certificated person is by reason of the certificated person's conduct in acting as an enforcement agent, or for any other reason, not a fit person to hold a certificate, may submit a complaint in writing to the court. No fee is payable for submitting a complaint under Paragraph 1. A complaint submitted under Paragraph 1 must provide details of the matters complained of and explain the reason or reasons why the certificated person is not a fit person to hold a certificate. No complaint submitted under Paragraph 1 may be considered by the judge until the certificated person has been provided with a copy of the complaint and given an opportunity to respond to it in writing. If on considering the complaint and the certificated person's response the judge is satisfied that the certificated person remains a fit and proper person to hold a certificate, the complaint must be dismissed. If the certificated person fails to respond, or on considering the complaint and the certificated person's response the judge is not satisfied that the certificated person remains a fit and proper person to hold a certificate, the complaint must be considered at a hearing. If a complaint is to be considered at a hearing under Paragraph 6, the certificated person must attend for examination and may make representations, and the complainant may attend and make representations, or may make representations in writing. If after a hearing the judge is satisfied that the certificated person remains a fit and proper person to hold a certificate, the complaint must be dismissed. No appeal lies against the dismissal of a complaint under paragraph 5 or paragraph 8.
The regulations say that there is no fee payable. Remember, under subparagraph 3, the regulations state,
a complaint submitted must provide details of the matters complained of and explain the reason or reasons why the certificated person is not a fit person to hold a certificate.
So you must show evidence why the bailiff is not a fit person to hold a certificate. Under subparagraph 4, the regulations state,
no complaint submitted may be considered by the judge until the certificated person has been provided with a copy of the complaint and given an opportunity to respond to it in writing.
Therefore, the bailiff must be given a chance to answer the complaint before going to a complaint hearing. The judge will consider whether the person is a fit person to hold a certificate. If the judge is not satisfied the person is not a fit person to hold a certificate, then the complaint must be considered at a hearing. When the complaint hearing takes place, the bailiff must attend. The complainant is not required to attend, but may make further representations to the court in writing. After the hearing, and the judge is satisfied that the bailiff is a fit person to hold a certificate, the complaint must be dismissed. There is no appeal against the dismissal of a complaint. A word of caution: there have been several instances that complainants have been ordered to pay the legal costs of the solicitors representing the bailiff at a complaint hearing. They have run into thousands of pounds and come as a complete surprise to the complainant. This goes against court rules, namely Civil Procedure Rule 84.20, subparagraph 4, which says, the
complainant is not liable for any costs incurred by the certificated person in responding to the complaint, unless paragraph 5 applies.
And paragraph 5 says,
the court may order the complainant to pay such costs as it considers reasonable if it is satisfied that the complaint discloses no reasonable grounds for considering that the certificated person is not a fit person to hold a certificate, and amounts to an abuse of the court's process.
That means, a complainant can be ordered to pay the bailiff's legal costs only if the complaint has disclosed no reasonable grounds and the complaint is an abuse of the court's process. If both conditions are true, the complainant can be ordered to pay costs. Some judges are very anti-debtor, and this has resulted in some red herrings. In 2017, a judge ordered an innocent party to pay a bailiff's legal costs of a complaint hearing when a complaint was made by another person in their name. The court failed in its due diligence to check the identity of the complainant before putting it before a judge. The innocent victim only discovered that she had a costs order made against her when bailiffs contacted her demanding payment. She contacted her solicitor and learned that she could not appeal against the complaint decision because Regulation 9, subparagraph 9, states,
no appeal lies against the dismissal of a complaint.
Which means she was powerless to overturn the costs order made against her. The victim approached a discussion group on the internet, and a YouTuber who specializes in prank shows decided to feature her case, but his YouTube channel was closed for undetermined reasons. The YouTuber encouraged people to make complaints against bailiffs naming someone else as the complainant, and targeted the same judge who presided over the victim's costs order. And as predicted, the judge made costs orders against innocent people. The YouTuber then took things up another level. They staged more complaints, this time, giving address of a certain royal households, and it came to light when bailiffs called and were met by Royal Protection Police at the gate. The judge found he has egg on his face for blindly making costs orders against non-existent individuals. This also demonstrated that the prescribed EAC2 complaint process is not safe for complainants, leading to a lack of confidence and its credibility has been compromised. If you have learned something new, then why not share this video? Dealingwithbailiffs.co.uk is a website offering lots of free advice for dealing with bailiff enforcement. We also offer a helpline where we show you with inside knowledge on how to stop bailiffs, and recover damages for enforcement impropriety. We also have solicitors that specialize in applying for redress for non-compliant bailiff action, and have brought many successful claims putting money and belongings back where they belong. Until then, if in doubt, keep 'em out.